I'm Coach Ben. Welcome to my channel where we only focus on love and positivity. So sit back and let's go on this healing and happiness journey together. I am looking forward to supporting your leap into victory every day. Hey y'all, what's up? Welcome back. I just had a burning thought and feeling, and it comes from my internal loyalty series. And what I mean by that is I have this ongoing relationship with loyalty and wanting to maintain a healthy relationship with loyalty. Oh my gosh, Coach Ben, what does that mean? That means, for me, in my reality, I'm not loyal to a fault. Listen, I'm not going to allow loyalty or anything for that matter to make a fool out of me, at least not more than once, right? So what I mean by loyal to a fault is identifying how far I'm going to go with you in terms of loyalty, right? So I've got notes all over the place. If you see me looking high and low, I might be in my phone. I might be in some of my coaching notes, because I try to go from that perspective, is giving you a foundation principle. And today's foundation principle or skill assessment that I want us to dig into is our values, right? And what our relationship with loyalty is and what we value. So again, I'm not loyal to a fault. Now, that makes me think of a body cam video I just watched a few days ago, or a confessional video where in the video, the cop was talking to a mother of someone who had unalived someone. And at this point, they were just going through like the high level details of trying to figure out, what's going on. What did he do? And as they dug deeper into the conversation, she realized that, oh my gosh, this is happening. My son, my child, unalived someone. And in that moment, she was really committed to sticking with him, right? Fast forward, there's another confessional or recording, and she comes back and she's like, I had time to sit with this. And she was like, I'm not with this. That's my son and I love him, but I can't ride with him with this. Not from the perspective of, I'm so loyal to you that you can do anything to anyone and I'll accept it. She said, that's my son. And what really moved me, she said, he's mine, but his crime isn't, right? And so from that perspective, it made me go, I'm just thinking about this. I'm not loyal to a fault either. And if my child were to do something like that, they took someone else's child's life, I would support them. I would come to the court hearing, but I would never want them to think I'm so ride or die that their execution on their poor behavior or lack of impulse control is what I'm going to adopt as my moral code. Let's be clear. You're my child and I love you, but we don't share the same moral code anymore, because I didn't raise you that way. And I would have hoped that you would have adapted and adopted to my moral code. But if you didn't, that's okay for you, but don't expect me to ride out with you if it is something that defies humanity, right? I'm not down with unaliving, and I never want you to think that because you're my loved one that I'm riding out with that. So that's where I want us to stop, take a breath, ask the first question, am I loyal to a fault? And if I'm loyal to a fault, is there blood on my hands? Do me a favor. Don't put me in a position where I have to wash blood off my hands, right? And I'm being figurative and literal. Don't put me in a position where I have to compromise my moral code and my values. And that's what today's lesson is about. What are your values? Are you living from your values? Do you even know? Right? So there's two types of values. There are fear-based values where we do things based on our fear, what we're afraid of or not, right? Or it's very conscious. We're clear about who we are and what we do. If we think about it from the perspective of fear, I don't make a lot of decisions because I'm afraid I'm going to fail. So one of my values might be remaining safe. I play it safe, right? I don't open the business. I don't go back to school. I don't change my career because what I have and what I'm doing right now is safe, and I can't do anything else because I don't know what it looks like on the other side, right? And if you think about a time in your life when everything was going well and everyone in your immediate circle was happy and on their healing journey, what value or values were you coming from, right? So I'm going to start, I got some values listed here, and I'm going to just start throwing some of them out. And I want you to identify which value do you associate and resonate with, right? So the first one I'm going to go with is joy. Who wouldn't resonate with joy, right? If that's one of your highest values and you live from that. But is that really yours? Commitment. Is commitment your highest value? And is it commitment to you, right? You are committed to me. That's my highest value, as opposed to me committed to you being my highest value. That's one of my highest values. So while loyalty, or I'm not loyal to a fault, I am committed to a fault. God damn, what does that mean, Coach Ben? So loyalty, I'm not going to bend or break moral code. But commitment is about me committing myself to you. If I say I'm going to be at your house at 5 o'clock, I'm going to be at your house at 5 o'clock. If I say I'm bringing some juice, I'm 5 o'clock with some juice. If I say, hey, we're in a relationship together, and if we agree on monogamy, I'm monogamous to you. That's what I'm committed to, right? Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that monogamy is my highest value. Commitment is. So I'm committing to monogamy. So joy, commitment, emotional health, family, flexibility, professionalism, spirituality, personal growth, autonomy, avoidance of conflict. What are your values, and are you living through and living out those values? Most people don't know that they're not living from their value. They're living from what makes them feel good. I talk about this all the time when we get into relationships. We're attracted to what we see and what makes us feel good from that southern region up. We don't really question a person's value. Maybe that's like third or fourth on the list, right? After how much money do they have? What kind of car do they drive? But what's their value? Who do they value? Right? So power is another value. Freedom, friendship, fun. That's one of mine. Honesty is a value. What if honesty isn't in their top 10 of values? They look good. They make you feel good. But what if honesty isn't in their top 10? Now, it's a match made in heaven if honesty isn't in your top 10 of values either. Y'all can lie together all day. I mean, physically lie and lie, right? Make up shit all day. You absolutely can do that. But what I want you to address from the perspective of values is, are the values I say I'm adopting or have adapted to elevating me, or are they deflating me? Are my values devaluing me and the people in my inner circle? And again, the example that I've used today is loyalty. I'm not loyal to a fault. You're not going to hem me up. You're not about to jam me up. You're not about to make me look like a fool, at least not twice. I have some loyalty. I'll ride out with you, but I am also going to call you to the carpet and call you on your I'm not going to allow you to think that I'm so loyal that everything you do is okay with me because we're in this relationship together. No, no, no. No, no, no. I'm committed to being in this relationship, but being in it from the perspective of respect, honesty, and I'm going to call you to the carpet when you do something that devalues my value and goes against my moral code and is going to put me in harm's way. I'm not doing it. And when I say harm's way, I mean financially, I mean emotionally, I mean psychologically, physically. I'm not going to allow loyalty to devalue my life or decrease the time that I have because you're making decisions that could create premature death. Not having it, not doing it. And so this is what I'm asking you to do. Do a values assessment. Is it money? Is that your highest value? And when you look at it, are you coming from money through a fear-based or a conscious-based? I know some folks that their highest value is money, but their journey to that value, if you will, is based on fear. It's based on lack, scarcity, and never having enough of. So while money is always on their mind, it's not from a place of abundance. It's a place of, I don't have enough. I got to make sure I get so I can have enough. It's not my cup runneth over and I'm living from the overflow. It's no, I'm breadcrumbing this. I don't have enough of it. Right? So is that where you come from? Is that where you come from? Where I date multiple people, not because I have to, but because I don't want to be alone. So whenever I feel a way within myself, whenever I feel in myself not enough, or I want to beef up my manhood or my ego, I've got to reach out to whomever's willing to fulfill whatever that desire is. Right? So I love love and I love giving love. I love giving physical love, right? I love giving that personal attention, but it's not coming from a place of consciousness. It's coming from a place of fear and lack. Because if I don't have bodies, right, how much am I really worth? My manhood is associated to the number of bodies I can conquer and the number of NUTSs I can have, right? Or I like whoever likes me. So if you give me attention, I'm going to give you attention back because I don't want to run out of that. If you throw it at me, I'm going to take it, even if I don't need it. If you throw me a piece of ass, I'm going to take it, right? Even though I've got somebody great at home. What's your value? And is it centered? And is it centric to your consciousness or your fear? Do your homework, family. You know I love you. Too much. Maybe even too much. But let's have a conversation around this. I'm your coach, Coach Ben. Do your value work. And I'll see you soon.